I was talking with someone just today that I really trust and confide in about why being selfish is something that's misunderstood and how there's a lot of benefit to being selfish, but maybe not in the traditional way that we think about it. I want to pose this to you. When you think of selfish people, you might hear the word selfishness. It forms a bit of a visceral feeling in your gut where you're like, oh, selfish people. Like, who likes selfish people? Selfish people are only in it for themselves and they only care about themselves. They don't really care about other people. What if I told you that being selfish and viewing selfishness in that way that I just described is a bit of a selfish thing to do? Well, why would I say that? Oftentimes because if we think about other people being selfish and we feel a sort of anger, disappointment, resentment towards that, it's because we're viewing it through our lens of the person or people that are selfish in our lives not being of benefit to us, which that is inherently selfish. Also, we view selfishness in the wrong, I shouldn't say wrong, but we view it in a more negative way. And there are a lot of positives that can come out of being selfish. This person that I was talking to just today told me something that really stretched my perspective and challenged previous thoughts that I had on selfishness. And that is, if you choose to be by yourself, it might be a selfish action. But by being by yourself instead of, let's say, going out with someone else, you are choosing to listen to how you feel. You're being in tune with yourself. Let's say you're in a bad mood, and so you'd rather stay home than go out and interact with these people or with this person. That is and could be viewed as being selfish. But the benefit that you get from choosing to stay in and not go out with that person or those other people brings them benefit too. It's the same benefit that you get yourself that affects other people. So let's say you need to recharge after a long day and someone invites you out, people invite you out, and you're like, no, I just need alone time, I need to decompress. You are giving yourself the ability to recharge, to feel better, and to maybe go to the gym or do things that you need to do in order to come back that next day or that next time you need to show up somewhere to perform as a better version of you than you did leaving with that feeling of being burnt out from interacting with people. So more simply, what I'm trying to say is, in you choosing to have time to yourself, to better yourself, you are directly benefiting yourself. And if you are a better version of yourself, you are directly benefiting other people too. And the reason that you're directly benefiting other people, especially those people who we care about most dearly, is because if you show up as a better version of yourself, you come off and you're able to provide more value to those other people in your life who might want to see you, who might want to interact with you, who might have to interact with you. Maybe people at work. You might turn down on a Friday night a work hangout because you're feeling burnt out from the week. You're not feeling in the mood, you might be in a foul mood, and you realize that going to that event in a bad mood, in a foul mood, would cause you to potentially spread some of your bad mood, your bad feelings to other people. You wouldn't be as pleasant. So by choosing to recognize that and take that night or maybe the weekend to yourself and then show up Monday feeling recharged, not only did you exercise self-respect by looking out for yourself, but you also benefited those colleagues who wanted to go out with you by not being foul, by not being in the dumps, by not being in a bad mood. and by being able to show up on Monday recharged, ready to go to bring the best version of yourself. Be careful though, on the other hand, with coming up with excuses using like this example that I provided in this video on how being selfish can provide other people value, right? You can twist that to make it being selfish in a malicious, malignant way seem to be in your favor. If you're it's most important to be honest with yourself. What are your intentions behind being selfish? Is it to make yourself better so that you can be, as a side effect, better to other people, or is it because you're trying to do harm? That's an easy way to distinguish on if the selfishness is better, if it is more moral or less moral. So that tackles that issue. Hope this video brought you all a lot of clarity. It's a topic that is fresh on my mind, and I think we need to challenge the way that we think in our society, in our societies, of being selfish as not being a bad thing. Again, if the purpose of it is for you to become better, and by proxy of you becoming better, you're able to show up and be a better person for other people. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.